Mhm.
All right, folks, as you're listening to the podcast feed, we are getting ready to go live on YouTube. Christy will be here momentarily to join us for a little while, at least, to talk about last week's explosive General Hospital. And Angela is currently getting her caffeine fill. I've got mine as well, so it's all good. And we are just about
All right, folks,
there.
as you're listening.
The gremlins at YouTube are being extra slow tonight. Right now, just to share the link. And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Suds News, brought to you by Suds in the Sports Circle, episode 45. I am Vinnie. Angela is currently getting some caffeine, so she'll be with us momentarily. And Christy will be joining in momentarily as well. We are going to be going over a fantastic week of General Hospital. We saw a lot, and you know what? I'm all caught up with today's episode as well, so we can even go with that because there's just a lot of stuff that I have to go over. Of course, as always, let's get started with some official news and official business. We are, as always, an official affiliate of the WWE shop, which is a Fanatics experience. So go over to sudsandsportscircle.com/wrestling merch. That has our affiliate link in the URL. And whatever you buy from the WWE shop with that link, whether it's WrestleMania merchandise, Paul Heyman, the Wise Man, WWE merchandise, if you're a Paul Heyman guy like I am, or a Paul Heyman girl, no judgment there. We do get a commission off of that sale, and it helps us, helps the show, helps us get to where we want to go with the show. So I want to urge you all to go there, sudsandsportscircle.com/wrestling merch. We are coming off a fantastic, finally released awards night, Sudsy Award. It is now up and available for everybody on this YouTube platform. And I have to say, it came out well. Of course, I'm biased. Angela, how are you today?
I am well. How are you?
I am doing fantastic as well. Um, all I got to say about General Hospital is before we even get into anything, but holy cow.
Wow, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
As God is my witness, she was broken in half. And holy cow. We got a lot to go over in terms of General Hospital, even from today. But
Mhm.
the fact is that it was just a fantastic. I mean, General Hospital's been firing on all cylinders.
Oh God, yeah.
Of course, there's going to be a lot of hate out there. You're seeing it if you go on social media, you see a lot of hate. But I don't know. Everybody's got
What
their own.
else is new?
Welcome to it. But
Yeah. I am loving my soap.
yes, I am
I think
very
it's been
happy with
great.
the direction it's going.
Mm-hmm.
Um, And it's kind of sad to think. I mean, we like I said, we did watch today's episode as well. Kind of sad to think the entire baby storyline was almost a plot point for Sunny's spiral into darkness, so to speak.
Yeah, but I'm really, yeah. I mean, I was surprised. I thought that kid was going to make it.
Yeah, I did too.
I really did. I am, especially with Rick coming back.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. With Rick coming
That's
back, hey Nathan, welcome to the show. As always, I do want to urge everybody to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, get notified, interact, even if you don't want to join into the chat. Always go ahead and react to the chat. Use little emojis or whatever. It helps with the health of the uh,
Mhm.
network. It helps with the total viewers that come in to the awareness of other people, and it helps to grow the network. So go ahead, just interact, show people that you love us. But before we get into what happened today, just amazing the way that the show was last week. You're right, Rick is coming back, and I'm wondering, I'm almost wondering, and this is what my biggest idea is right now. I'm wondering if the original baby is still alive.
That's possible, but also, I mean, Rick shows up the 19th. They said his first air date's going to be the 19th, which is 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, so
that would be really quick for them to find out. And
hi, Christy, welcome back.
Thank you. For some reason, I can't see you guys. Like, you're blacked out for me on my Chrome, so I don't know.
Strange.
I don't know why, but if that continues... Oh, there it is. You just came in, Vinnie. Okay. Angela, you're still blacked out for me, but that's okay. Maybe it'll pop up eventually.
All right. Well, Christy, we were just getting ready to start going over what happened last week. We were just talking about how it looks like the entire baby storyline was just a plot point for Sonny's dissension into the darkness, which I find is just a lot of storytelling for that's very long term, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be very hard for it to. Yeah, it would be very quick for them to not only find out that the kid was alive and born, because it would have been due or born recently, right. But also call in, Rick for reinforcements for legal help.
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering if he shows up for a funeral for the baby.
Could be.
And stays.
Is he going back on contract, or is he just here for?
From what I've heard, it's just a visit, not contract. We don't know how long it's going to be. But he's here for an arc.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah. All right. So, Christy, how you been? Before we get into anything else,
I'm good. In recovery at the moment. I'm repping my friend who makes these shirts for the Swifties. So, it's called Swift Steps. So, yeah, I'm good. I'm better. I'm in a better place mentally. I'm still, in recovery. I'm about to work with the sponsor, hopefully. So I'm very excited that I'm at that point in my journey. I am on a leave of absence from work, so it's kind of a leap of faith because I don't know if I'll have a job to get back to. But regardless, I know God will provide. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm with General Hospital. I was happy that I was able to watch last week, but there may be some episodes that may be triggering me, like if that Drew and Willow fair thing happens, I might just have to skip that episode. It was just kind of triggering for me for personal reasons. So, but yeah, I mean, other than that, I was happy to watch last week, and I was like, wow, this is like an action-packed week. Okay, then.
It really was a very action-packed week last week. We're happy that you're getting your mental health in order, and that's the most important thing. Like I told you before, we don't get paid for this, so you got to take care of yourself. So this is fun. It's a good outlet, but in the ultimate scheme of things, you got to take care of yourself first and foremost.
Amen.
Yes. That's my job right now. That's my main job, is my recovery. So that's my unpaid, expensive job.
Yes. Absolutely.
Exactly. All right. Anyways, we are just a little. We're going into a really action-packed. What the hell? We're gonna go into a really action-packed time in GH. Tomorrow, it looks like tomorrow might be when Morgan shows up. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I read about this.
Yeah, he's a Vision, and sadly, I don't think he's encouraging Sunny to jump.
Aw. Well, we can't win them all, Angela.
Yep.
But
all of the calls on social media for, wishing that Kristina died along with the baby and wishing for Sunny to jump just, warms that spot where my heart would be if I had one.
Is that mainly on X or is that like on Facebook and Instagram?
Oh, it's absolutely on X.
It's
Facebook.
X, yeah.
I can't imagine it's rampant on Facebook. I haven't looked today, but they love old Pacorinthos. So.
Oh my gosh, the negativity on X it shouldn't really surprise me anymore. It really shouldn't.
Yeah,
it's always on 100%.
Oh God, yeah. GH Soap Twitter is a toxic cesspool.
Yeah, very.
So toxic. So much so.
So.
Yeah,
but good old fashioned wishing for a character to die is a tried and true soap tradition.
Oh, of course.
Oh, Angela showed up for me. You're not blacked out anymore.
Ooh.
My Chromebook finally caught up.
So let's kind of start at the beginning, because we did have quite a number of storylines that kind of all work together in some form or fashion. So we did start off with Dante and Sunny basically pleading with him, kind of like we kind of trying to stopping him from going after Kate, because we all know where that was going. I think it was Michael that called Dante to try to reason with him, to try to go reason with Sunny to make sure that, because after stopping him from punching Kate in the face last week.
That's what happened? Sunny almost punched Chase in the face?
No,
not Chase.
Jagger.
Jagger.
Oh, well, Jagger likes to provoke everybody, so that's kind of
Jagger had a full heel turn this week. He's showing that he's completely out for himself and his own vendetta.
Well, that doesn't really surprise me, actually. It's kind of status quo for him, to be honest.
Right now, it is, and he did end up hooking up with Ava.
I saw. I was like, "Oh, those two are hooking up." Okay, okay.
And they're both using each other, right?
Yes.
Especially after what happened in court, we found out that Carly was cleared of all charges because there was no evidence. The audio recording suspiciously went missing, and Kate's just about lost it in court.
Him and Sunny both raging in court also brought me great joy. Him raging about the evidence being gone, Sunny raging about my little Morgan Spencer family. It was great. It was really great. Two little toddler tantrums, I swear to God.
Well,
he did.
Sunny is like an adult toddler. He pretty much is. So
he is. He absolutely is.
Look, yeah. You either love Sunny or you hate Sunny, and I'm more on the hate side. I'm just like, I could, his
whole, you should have let me handle it. I'm like, you can't handle anything. I should have let you handle what? They have to handle everything you're supposed to handle anyway. Why would they give themselves more work?
Exactly.
Sounds like control freak, Sunny.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, that's what it boils down to.
Status quo.
That's the control freak in him, in that he wants to be able to take care of he wants to make himself feel more important than he really is.
Right.
And it's been so many years, and here's where the writing is kind of changing, so to speak, into the fact of, for the longest time, we've had, even though Sunny's a mobster, we haven't had much of that for lack of a better term, devious side of him where people are like seeing him for what he is, and that's why there's so much clapback online about, oh, Laura's, being written differently because she doesn't hate Sonny. Anna doesn't hate Sonny. Why are so many people against Sonny now? And the writing is finally getting to the point where they're recognizing the fact that this man kind of runs Port Charles and tries to buy his loyalty, right, buy his, launder his money through art donations to, the town, more rings to the hospital, and right, all that's got to be looked at.
And I know Sonny's off his meds, but I'm sorry, he's not acting that different to me.
Is he a complete off his meds? Is it still like on the reduced 1/3 of it, or is it like?
No, Ava went to the pharmacist guy and told him to replace it with full placebos.
Oh, and that's been going on for how long now?
Yeah, a few weeks.
Yeah, a few weeks.
Yeah, not too long.
Wow. So,
but I'm just like,
off his rocker.
Yeah, but he's not acting. He acts this way on the meds too at times.
Yes.
So,
well, is it triggered by like life's circumstance? Like it's triggered by like a specific stressor, or like?
Well, he called Michael over to talk to him about testifying for him in Avery's custody trial.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael was like, I will, but is that really? And Diane was there, and Michael was like, yeah, of course I will. But is that really the best idea? Because if they put me on the stand, I'm worried it could hurt you more. And he was like, because of things that have happened in my child, and it was Sonny. Oh, now you're turning on me too. You're turning on me. You're, you hate me until you want something. And I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
It was just.
And it was kind of like the same with Dante as well. When
Dante tries to help him.
Dante tries to help him, and Sonny goes off on him saying, you're a cop. You're not coming to me as your father. You're coming to me as a cop. And Dante's like, no, I'm tired of cleaning up after you and covering your ass. You got to be held accountable.
Yeah.
Which it's almost like you could see the respect for that they have for him as their father, but they're like tired of the bullshit now that they're adults.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like as a kid, you look up to your father regardless of what he does. Kristina had that glass shattered just a few months ago at the wedding. When she saw him beating up Dex, and obviously Avery and Donna are still too young to really see anything, which is good. They're out of it.
But it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
I have to write a passage for Sonny's kids to see what a piece of crap he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. And Michael was being perfectly reasonable with it, more reasonable than he deserved.
Yeah.
And Carly too, he was talking to Carly and, about the whole and she's just like, I'm not cleaning this up for you.
No.
Her and Jason have been wiping that man's behind for too long.
Yeah. And
I hate that they're putting them back into doing that. I hate it.
Yeah. And even when Jason went to go see Sonny this week, Jason said, listen, I couldn't call you. I did all this, I got out of the rubble. The FBI was there. I got flown to Quantico. Again, basically explaining the entire situation to Sonny. And at the very end, when he leaves, he's like, by the way, Kate's offered, gave me an offer to, clear everything up for me if I turned on you. And I said no. So proving to Sonny that he's still loyal, not that Sonny cares at this point.
No, not at all. And he doesn't care that Jason was doing it for Carly.
Right.
To protect Carly.
Yeah.
Because it's Sonny's world and they all just live in it, I suppose.
Yes. That's exactly how he operates.
Yeah. And it's just ridiculous. Especially because, he had just been getting through, telling Carly, there's no way I'm letting him put the mother of my child in jail.
Yeah.
With talking about Kate's. Okay, so shouldn't he be happy? Or
Yeah.
is it just him that can keep Carly out of? And he asked Carly, how did this happen? And she's like, you died.
Yeah.
I'm just, please, Morgan, show him the steps downstairs that he has to take to go burn in hell, please. Because we know he's not taking him to the light. Although I saw an exchange on Twitter that was really funny saying, hell has light. True.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Hell has a lake of fire. I'll tell you that.
Exactly. So that I'm assuming that it gives some illumination so he can go towards that light. But I'm like, I just.
But it's amazing to me. What my thing is, I can completely understand after watching today's episode why Maurice, the actor, had to take some time off to get his own mental health straight after going through all this. Just the way that Molly went off on him today, saying, going off on Sonny, of course, the character. Kristina almost died because of you. My baby is dead because they did. Unfortunately they killed off the baby, supposedly. A baby girl, Molly and TJ's daughter. So they killed the baby off. The baby did not survive. And Molly just went off. And I got to say, Kristina Vaganos brought it today. Like,
oh God, yeah.
I think she did a fantastic job today. And I'd have to argue, I don't think Haley Poulos would have been able to pull that off.
I don't disagree.
She just was obviously upset. She used that to her advantage in terms of the scene.
Yeah, she did amazing.
She did.
Yeah, she was very, very, very good. And I'm trying to decide. I've watched it a few times and I can't decide if it was an acting choice on the part of Mo to not give her anything at all because Sonny's just so far gone, or if it was just she outacted him. It could go either way. I have not yet decided. I might have to watch it a couple more times, but she was just phenomenal and he gave her nothing.
Yeah. I honestly feel like that was just her time to shine and she took it.
Yeah. And she absolutely. It was phenomenal. She was phenomenal.
She really was.
Without a doubt. Yeah.
However, before we get ahead of ourselves, the entire reason why Kristina is in the hospital, the baby died, is because last week, as we all have seen.
Wait. I missed it. The baby died?
The baby did die.
Yeah, they said today that the baby didn't make it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't watch today's yet, so I was like, that's okay.
Right.
I don't want you spoiled, but I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
So as we all know, they've been gearing up towards this custody battle between Ava and Sonny over Avery. So as Ava and Scotty are kind of strategizing about who's going to take whose side, who's going to take Ava's side, Ava's like, oh, well, you know what? We'll get Kristina to talk because she's witness Dex. And basically said, do you think Kristina's going to testify against her father? But either way, Scotty had Kristina served with papers. And, first Kristina goes to see Sonny and says, listen, Ava has me testify, subpoenaed me to testify. Scotty walks in and says, oh, well, you're being deposed tomorrow, so I'll see you tomorrow. She's like, you better look at that subpoena closely. And then Kristina goes over to see Ava, and they get into an argument. Ava's like, listen, if I have to testify against my father and I'm bringing all your shit up too. The fact that you had a hand in Morgan's death because of his meds, and, you killed Connie Falconeri and all this. And then somehow, Kristina goes to turn around and trips over Jagger's bag and goes out the window, crashing through the window, and ends up falling in the pool from, a higher floor. Okay.
It was a pretty good stunt, I thought.
It was. It was.
I thought it was a pretty good stunt. I mean, nobody's going to go out a hotel window like that, breaking the frame and everything that. But
yeah, this was my thing. I'm like, wait a minute, because I had to rewatch it because I missed it. I was on my phone when I was watching it, and I was like, wait a minute, did Ava push her? Because it looked like like she could possibly try to make the situation look like she tripped accidentally, which she did. But Ava barely put like a hand on her. And tripped over that black bag on the floor and went through the window. And I was like, those windows are not very sturdy at the Metro Court, are they?
There's a lot to unpack there. Being somebody who worked in a hotel for the past decade, any hotel windows, first of all, most of them don't open. That's the first thing. Second of all, they're all at least double pane. And I'm sorry, even being pregnant, Kristina can't be more than 200 pounds. And there's no way that she's going through a window up there that easily. Just of course you have to suspend disbelief. It's a soap opera,
right?
But again, it was a great stunt, and the scream was fantastic. The stunt person landed in the pool and did everything.
Yeah.
And then just that shot at the end of Thursday's episode, not even a Friday cliffhanger, it was a Thursday episode of Kristina face down in the water with a cut up face and everything. Just cinema. Fantastic.
Yeah.
That was good makeup for the cuts on the face and the stuff.
This is one place where GH stands out from the other soaps.
Yes.
The production value.
Absolutely.
They do better with stuff like that. Yeah. This is probably a very unpopular opinion, but add it to my list. It's not Ava's fault that she fell.
No.
Ava did not kill that baby. One, Kristina's pregnant ass needed to not go looking for fights.
Right.
I'm not sure why she didn't learn this one earlier. When she kept going to look for fights with Jocelyn.
Yes.
And it caused a brouhaha with Molly and TJ.
Mm-hmm.
But, she went looking for a fight with Ava, and Ava didn't push her.
No.
She did trip. It was an accident. It was just like when Carly and AJ got into the fight on the the argument on the stairs at the Quartermains. And, she flashed her a ring in his face, and he grabbed her hand, and she pulled away, and she fell. It was an accident. He didn't push her. It was back when that's how the first baby, Carly and Sunny baby died.
I did not. Okay, I wasn't watching that point. I'm flashing back to when Nell threw herself down the stairs and made.
Oh yeah, no. When Carly was pregnant with Sunny's kid after hate sex, she had gone over to the Quartermains to bring Michael to visit Lila, and she was on her way upstairs, and AJ was on his way downstairs, and he saw the engagement ring on her finger from Sunny, and they were arguing, and she put her hand in his face, and he grabbed her hand, and she pulled away and went down the stairs. But it wasn't. Yeah, it was an accident.
Yeah.
And she's my fave, but her pregnant ass shouldn't have been fighting with somebody on the stairs.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I did run a poll on Twix regarding this, and of course, the majority of the people did say that Kristina fell out the window. She was not pushed by Ava.
Yeah.
However, Ava still felt the need to stage the scene.
Yes.
There's no.
I noted that too. I was like, that wasn't necessary. You're making yourself look more guilty.
I think the reason she did that
was to hide the fact
that it was Jagger's bag there.
Oh.
That's the thing, is that the black bag was Jagger's bag. Right. And instead of the bag, she put a pair of her shoes there.
Well, she also threw the ice on the floor.
Right.
On the floor is lifted.
Right. Yeah, I saw the ice in the shoes. Yeah.
Struggle.
Right. So I think she was trying to hide that it was Jagger's bag.
Yeah.
Because if they saw Jagger's bag, they would think what
They would
exactly.
probably think that they were,
Doing what they did.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Look it up.
So it was a fantastic thing. And then, coming to in today's episode, Kristina has to have an emergency C-section, and the one thing I didn't like about today's episode was, why did Natalia feel that Blaze shouldn't have been there? And kind of had them leave the hospital. Like the dialogue between Natalia and Blaze made me feel like, okay, Natalia's done it at 180. She understands that Blaze and Kristina are together, and that kind of has that redemption. And it almost made me feel like Natalia is not long for GH, because she kind of wrapped everything up.
Well, I also kind of think that the thing with Natalia is that she didn't feel comfortable there.
Right.
So.
Oh yeah, no, I get that totally. And
she didn't feel comfortable there. So, yeah. She wanted to leave, but didn't want to leave her daughter. So it was, let's just not be here.
Well, either way, that was a little weird to me, honestly. But, it is what it is. And Natalia didn't want to be alone, or she didn't want to leave Blaze there by herself, whatever the case may be. She took Blaze away from the situation. They had a decent conversation. Blaze and Natalia talked things out, and Blaze was like, listen, you can't even admit to what we are in a relationship. She's like, whatever you and Kristina have, this is the woman that I love, and we're going to be together. And but Natalia did say, you're my daughter, and I would have loved you no matter what. And
right.
It's like they kind of wrapped that up into a bow and just kind of put that to bed. Almost like, yeah, we pissed off a lot of people, and we're gonna kind of just take, put a bow on that story.
Right.
But
well, the brother's going to be showing up, I think.
Really? Okay. All right. Is the brother just a new cast, or is it a previous character, or?
I think it's going to be a new castmate, new cast member.
New cast member. Okay.
So, yeah, okay. I think we'll be seeing the brother. I don't know when exactly, because we have Lucky, Rick, Holly coming, but.
So Rick's definitely coming back.
Yeah. Rick already.
Yeah, he's already been on set. They had the picture of him on set taping last week, and then they had JJ's picture on set today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not on Twix on the daily anymore. I'm not on that toxic feed. So.
Well, they had it on the GH Instagram and Facebook pages as well. Pictures of them.
Okay, so, yeah. I think I've had it. I think I unfollowed for a little bit just to give myself a break. So
Yep. So Emma Sams hasn't come back yet. I don't think. I think she's like next week. But the first time we see Lucky, he's still in Africa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, an extra, a bit part girl posted a picture of her badge or whatever, or her, and it was on top of the call sheet.
Oh, okay.
So.
Okay. So is it rumored still with like a Lucky Liz Rick triangle, or like?
I don't know that I don't know that Rick's gonna be around long enough for a triangle. I mean, it's possible. When Rick Hurst was on Burton and Anderson's podcast last week, Steve said, no matter how long they told you that you're back for, it's probably going to be longer. Frank's going to want to keep you, which I thought was interesting.
Well, that's what happened with Lois. I mean,
yes,
she was, for 30 episodes.
30 episodes, and here she still is. Yeah, absolutely. I love Rick Hurst. And I actually, even though he's horrible, I love the character of Rick too. And I don't like the character of Liz, but her and Rick were one of my favorite pairings, and not just because he tried to kill her a couple times. I mean, certainly,
that was not my favorite pairing at all.
Certainly, I did like that. However,
the whole panic room situation, and Carly was in that panic room, as you know. So.
I do know that, yes. And, Rick making Carly think he raped her and stuff. He was, a bad guy without a doubt. But, a bad guy played by such a good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good at being bad. He's definitely good at playing a baddie.
I would. Smart Money's still on a Lucky and Liz reunion.
Yeah.
Yeah. More like
last time.
I will still hold out for my liaison co-parenting scenes, which I'm very happy that they had more Jason and Elizabeth scenes than I thought I would initially see in the first few months of his return. So I'm happy with what I have.
Yeah.
We'll say that.
Well, I mean, Jake's at art school in Barcelona now, but he'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not going to be gone forever. So.
But the last time, JJ was there for any length of time, not the time where he brought Aiden home to Liz, or Jake home. It was Jake. But no, it was Aiden after he was kidnapped.
It was Aiden, yeah.
Yeah. The time before that, when he was back.
Yeah.
After he left, he said that one of the reasons he's left was because he had been promised the Lucky and Liz reunion, and what he got was the Lucky, Liz, and Nick triangle.
Yeah.
And the breaking up of the bond with the brothers. So I'm reasonably certain that he got promises for real this time, because he wants that pairing. So
yeah.
Well, we'll see. I don't know if they can recreate the magic they did when they were teenagers, because I loved it when it was the beginning, when it was 98 to 99. But I don't know if they can kind of recreate that, because I think they have tried in the past. And with Greg Vaughn, I think it was there for a while, but it just didn't last. So I don't know. I'm skeptical about it, because it's not my favorite pairing, like, for them as adults.
I don't disagree. I mean, I was a Lucky and Emily fan, which is why I originally started hating Elizabeth the day she showed up, because that was the, end of my Lucky and Emily dream. But my thing is this, and I'm saying this not as a hater of Elizabeth. I think what will happen is that he'll come back. There will be a not majorly intensive. I think he'll come back. I've heard that it's something to do with Aiden. Then Aiden either goes missing or something, and he comes back. I think they'll reunite him and Liz, and then she'll be the background to his foreground. She'll go back to, she'll be, nurse number 3. There'll be occasional family scenes, but he'll be a cop or with the WSB or something and have all the action and adventure stuff. And she'll be more backburnered, as she has been. This is what I see happening.
What they do. That is typically what they do with Liz.
And it's not, that's not me speaking as a hater. That's not me saying, oh, this is what I don't care what they do with Liz. It seems to be what they do with her.
Right.
It's the same thing as that they do with Sam.
Yeah.
They are.
No, they have a record. They are
there to prop the men they are with. That is the characters that they have. So
because both Sam and Liz can have stories that they lead. Sam with whether it's with Curtis or Spinelli as a PI, like they could easily lead some kind of a story.
Yeah.
Elizabeth could as well.
I mean, they're both capable actresses, but even when they had front burner numbers, they were still characters that were there to support the man they were with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Their stories were about the men they were with. I mean, Sam got her story with Alexis.
Yep.
You know, but, you know, I mean, Liz's rape was more about Lucky and him finding out about Luke and Laura. You know, Sam's baby dying was more about Alexis and Sonny and Kristina and, you know, Jason got more focused during that than she did. You know, their stories, even when they have high episode numbers, they're still not leading stories.
No.
They're still, you know, supporting.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, no, that makes total sense.
Yeah, Anna leads stories, Laura leads stories, Carly leads stories. Alexis, she doesn't anymore, but Alexis led stories. You know, it's some do, some don't.
Yeah.
So
See the picture that Sean Blakemore posted as a throwback with him and Sonny?
yeah. Yep, I did.
I wish they would bring Sean back, especially now that TJ's, you know, lost his baby. And, you know,
yeah, it would be a good time for Sean to pop back in.
Yeah, it really
If
would.
they're going to have a funeral for that baby, Sean needs to pop back in.
I agree. I mean, I really want to see Sean back. I think they did him wrong, unfortunately, the last time. You know, apparently, from what I heard, and maybe you can confirm, is that he was led to believe that he was going to have a relationship with Alexis, and that just wasn't done. And then he got frustrated and left.
It wasn't done, but it wasn't just that. He got something else.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, he had gotten something else. I can't remember what it is, and I'm working on here. I'll look it up, but yeah.
Yeah, because I have seen him in other stuff. I mean, I remember seeing him in a few different shows, and you know. But it would be nice to see him back. I love how Maury says, "Yeah, your arm is about as big as my head."
Yeah.
But so all right, let's kind of move on from there. As we said, that Carly got exonerated. You know,
yeah.
at the last minute, the federal attorney, the you know, nation attorney came, you know, got the information that the audio file, the evidence was gone and missing, and that's when Jagger blew up after, you know, first Diane, you know, said we motioned to dismiss, and you know, then the federal attorney said, "Oh, we have no problem with it because we have no evidence."
Yeah.
That's out of sync. No, we don't agree.
Oh, it was great. And we all think it was Brennan.
Yeah,
right?
That's my thought process. I mean,
Carly's guardian angel.
Yeah,
I love it.
I
that scene with the scenes with him and Anna. Oh my God. I love him. Love him. You know, and I love my Jason and Carly. You know I do. You know I want Charlie. You know that I think that they're going there. But I am perfectly okay with her thanking that guardian angel.
Oh yeah.
With, you know, let you know, Jason's gonna do his pandering to Sunny crap, and that sugar tree needs to be shook a little bit. So let him get a little jealous of Brennan. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because, you know, as we went over last week, they had said, you know, said that all of Brennan's records from the prison were gone. You know, Dante found out on Monday that the records from GH was gone. So Anna goes down to Washington, D.C. to the WSB headquarters. You know, and it's funny because she's talking to the stooge at the desk, and, you know, it's like, well, I can't give you that information. It's classified. You're just you're just a commissioner from a town in New York.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I'm a former WSB agent. She's like, this stuff isn't even clear for current WSB agents.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, you're not helping yourself.
I loved it. I loved it because I cannot stand Anna. I just can't. I cannot stand Anna. So when she was being put in her place, I was happy. And then Brendan opens the door and says, "Boy, you really make a stink about things."
Yeah.
So
the whole thing, and she was trying to rattle him and get information from him, and he is just cool as a cute, just living life, moisturized and unbothered. I swear to God, that man was just, ugh.
I absolutely love that character. I think it's the best one they've come up with in a while.
I like him too.
And it's, so he's been reinstilled as the head of WSB.
Nope, he's not the head of the WSB.
No, not the head.
He said that he's back. He's at the WSB, and Anna thinks that he never left. That it was all, which I had thought.
Yeah. So which means that Valentine left town. It's funded by the WSB. So
right, that's the thing, is I think if Valentine was working with him, and this is how they're getting Valentine off the hook.
Yeah, and it seems like they kind of wrapped up the whole Pikeman situation storyline now.
Yeah.
And they might keep it in their back pocket for something.
Right. Well, now the question is, did he get rid of the evidence? Or is he now the owner of said evidence?
Right. I happen to feel like he got rid of it. At least that's my thought. But then again, who knows? Maybe he'll hold it over Carly's head,
or Jason's.
Or Jason's, yeah.
Yeah, because he knows that Jason will.
Yeah. Although I don't want to see another. Here's the thing: I don't want to see another rehash unless it's a couple years down the road, where then Brendan comes out of the woodwork saying, "Hey, remember that recording?"
See, my thing is that I don't want Jason going back to the mob.
Right. No,
I want him working for the WSB.
Right.
And I think this could be a great segue into that. And I'd love for Lucky to be as well.
Yeah.
And Lucky to work, him and Lucky to work together at the WSB. I think it would be fabulous. And Brennan as their boss.
Yeah, no, and I think that would be great because you got to look at it this way. He's got a special skill set, right?
Exactly.
And that's kind of like what Anna said when she hired Dex for the cop. You have a specialized skill set. Now, Jason is probably the only one that doesn't have a military record, when it comes to something like this. But, he has been the enforcer for the mob, so he knows how to, hide the body, so to speak. USB can easily use that to their advantage. So if Brendan presents that in that type of way, instead of it being like another kind of blackmail situation, if he says, "Listen, we want you to come work for the WSB. You have a specialized skill set, and we're not going to discount that, but come to the good side for once."
We're good guys, but we're not, horribly bad guys.
Exactly.
We're the good bad guys.
Yes. And honestly, there really wasn't that much other than this whole umbrella situation. Because if you think about it, it was one very free flowing week where it's like it just went and everything threaded together.
Well, it was like the same day.
Yeah, it was.
Like almost the whole week was like the same day.
Exactly. It was. It was just from from the court case and Carly being in court just through James's birthday party to Wiley's birthday party.
Wiley's birthday party.
Wiley's birthday party. To Kristina and Molly talking because they kind of buried the hatchet at the beginning. I really liked when Molly went over there and asked Kristina, "How are you doing?" And Christina's like, "Well, the baby's fine." She's like, "That's great, but how are you doing?
How are you doing?" Right.
Yeah. they kind of buried the hatchet,
Mhm.
And the conversation between TJ and Alexis at the hospital, was TJ being a little unfair to Alexis at that point?
No,
Really?
no, because Alexis knows things that TJ doesn't know. Alexis knows that Molly or that Kristina had her draw papers
Okay, that makes
to
sense.
assert her maternal rights.
Yeah.
And TJ doesn't even know that. Alexis does.
Okay, gotcha.
Because her and Kristina had talked about that.
Yeah.
Her and Kristina had talked about the whole, I think I need to have custody in case they split up.
Yeah.
So she knows that TJ's not wrong.
Yeah. I did like how Alexis said, "Don't make me choose between my daughters. I can't get involved."
Yeah,
And
well,
they said you're a coward.
Well, he's right, because the thing is that in this situation, there is a clear right and wrong.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And she can tell Kristina, you're wrong.
Yeah.
You're not doing the right thing.
And she has, only in private.
Right. And by refusing to get involved, she's taking Kristina's side.
I can understand that, yeah.
So, yeah.
So I have heard rumors that we could be seeing Nicholas return, with and being let out of prison early. It could be in the cards with Lucky coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Ava perhaps going to prison if that's her exit. Although I still don't understand Pentonville being co-ed, but that's a different story.
Not only co-ed, but they mingle.
Right, exactly.
But, that is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. I think that if they're going to get rid of Mara West, I don't think they'll send Ava to prison. I think that if they're going to get rid of her, it's going to be a murder mystery. But I'm still not 100% sure they're getting rid of her because she has done worse than this and survived it.
I agree. Yeah.
She killed Connie point blank in cold blood. She can survive this. And I think that I would love for Nick to come back. I haven't chatted with Adam in a few weeks, but I messaged him my new number. So, and he was on his way to fan club weekend, and we promised we were going to catch up this week. So I'll see if I can, he won't give me any spoilers or anything, but if there's anything he can tell me.
He is willing to come on our podcast. Just have to get GHPR to prove it. Which is like Fort Knox trying to get an answer from them.
It is.
Yeah. Did I send you her number?
You did. And
okay.
Messages and texts and nothing.
Because if I need an answer from her, I'll email her, and if I don't hear back from her, I'll text her.
Yeah.
And say, hey, can you, this is time sensitive, but yeah, I'll see if I can.
The cool part about Adam is that his acting career kind of works directly into the fact that I cover both wrestling and soap operas because he was in a wrestling movie.
Yes.
So, that would be great. But
he actually has a new show starting. He did a pilot for a new show. They're doing a movie. They're kind of doing Friday. It's not a movie. It's a TV show. It's like a Friday Night Lights, but baseball.
Oh, nice.
And he plays the coach. Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right.
Yeah.
I'll find that when that comes out.
Yeah, I think he posted the trailer for it on his Twitter a few weeks ago. I'll see if I can find it and send it to you.
Yeah, I follow him, so I'll have to take a look.
Yeah.
All right, so let's kind of move on. There was, you know, it seems like the GH pool is cursed. Whether it's,
Yeah.
Cody skydiving and knocking Britt into the pool, or Curtis getting shot in the pool area, or now Kristina falling from the window into the pool. Just that Metro Court pool seems to be cursed. And I think it's time that they kind of close it down.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I am surprised we have not yet, had just a dead body discovered in that pool.
Right, exactly. Oh,
I think
Ned fall in there too and loses money.
Yeah. Yeah. And Curtis was shot. Yeah. So the pool's got to stick around a little bit longer till we have, the inevitable. Maybe that's where they'll find Ava.
Yeah.
In the pool. And Carly's just like, you know what? I am sick of having this pool sanitized from these idiots and their.
Right. Yes. I liked how Brooklyn and Blaze met, and then Tommy came in, and regarding the new record label.
I also liked the scenes with Lois and Sonny.
Yes, Lois goes to Sonny to make sure the money is legit, and
and he pulled his crap with her too.
Yeah, but she stood up to him.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not playing with you.
Yeah.
Try this with somebody who's not Charlie New Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's because she has the history of it, because the last time he funded a record company, it wasn't legit money.
Yep.
And you could catch, I believe Pier 54 did a Port Charles 411 all about L&B Records. Check out their archives for that. The original, because that was Lois and Brenda, correct?
Yep. Yeah. Yep. L&B.
L&B Records. Oh, that was Lois in Brooklyn if they wanted to rehash it. But I did like how Brooklyn went over to Gio and kind of offered him some studio time, and
so
I mean, there is the potential for a music scene, whether with Blaze, and now with Blaze's brothers coming in, in order to kind of round that out, and and I like how Brooklyn kind of put Natalia in her place and said, listen, and she told Blaze, she's like, your mother, it was your mother's idea, but I'm going to run it without her involvement.
Right.
And, that, I think that's what needed to be done.
Yep. And what else? Oh, we had Joss and Dex.
Yep.
I loved her going to, she was great in her lifeguard mode, saving Kristina.
And how about Gio? His face has become a meme.
That poor bastard. That poor guy.
I like him. He's cute.
Oh, I adore him. And I can't wait for more with him and Trina. I absolutely adore him. I think that he's adorable. I think he's a good little actor. I think that, but I mean, this is a new thing for him. Yeah.
Just the shock on his face during the fall. It contorted in this weird type of way that you can't even duplicate.
It was really funny.
Help out under pressure and help Joss with the backboard, and jumped right in there. So I mean, that was really good.
Yeah.
And I really liked, because Josh has been getting some heat online for telling the paramedics she's my sister. And she's the only reason why she said that is so that she could ride in the ambulance.
Right.
Because Blaze couldn't.
Josh was doing a good thing, and Kristina was glad to have her there.
Yeah.
And I mean, Carly and Sonny are divorced.
Yeah.
And I love that journey for me. But Joss and Kristina were sisters.
Yeah.
They were, for the majority of Joss's teenage years, they were. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
And those bonds don't just go away. And Joss and Kristina have both referred to each other as sister before.
Yeah.
So this is just people hating on Joss.
It is. It is.
So yeah, Joss was trying to do a nice thing, and
And she gets the shaft because it's not Trina.
yeah, well, or because she's Carly's daughter. I also saw people complaining that she didn't give Kristina CPR. I'm like, Kristina didn't stop breathing. There was never a point where Kristina didn't stop breathing. She checked. Joss did what she was supposed to do as a lifeguard with the backboard and stabilizing her neck. That was exactly what a lifeguard would have done. Kristina was still breathing. There was no you don't give CPR to somebody who's not breathing, morons.
Exactly. Exactly. And she got her, stabilized. She didn't want to move her out of the pool for fear of broken spine or whatever.
Exactly. And I was a lifeguard in high school. It was my favorite job.
Yeah.
I was pretty proud of Joss for what she did. I was like, wow, she really knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
So
she kept it together, and then, had her breakdown later with Dex, which was also very realistic.
Yeah.
And I loved it because I also love Joss and Dex.
Because she was in shock, and so she went to her safe space, and and just had a breakdown, outside of everything. So yeah, that made total sense, and I agree with it.
I'm waiting until I'm waiting to see how long it's going to be until they're idiots who are like, oh, if she had, done this or this or this, maybe the baby would have lived. Yeah. There will be idiots that blame her for that baby dying. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah, there will be. There will be. And it's taken me so much not to get involved with. I don't understand, and I'm going to bring this up, and this is something that I really wish that I want to bring James Law Jr. on. In that I see so many people upset at the fact that the baby that was TJ and Christina's theoretically was going to be biracial, and they killed off a biracial baby, and it's kind of turning everything into a race war right now. In terms of GH, calling Frank and Nathan, racist because the lack of people of color on right now. Is there a problem with representation right now, or is it just storytelling? Is it just episode count that they've used so much?
I don't know. I mean, the thing is that there are no Black leading characters, and that's a problem. But they have the most diverse cast of any of the soaps. So, yes, this is a thing across all of the soaps.
There too.
Yeah, but I think GH's is still more diverse. But so that is an issue across all the soaps. And I have heard complaints about them killing off the baby, but I've also, people have been calling for the death of that baby all along.
Right.
But they killed Sasha's baby.
Yep.
Carly lost a kid. They killed Sam's baby. Carly had a baby, had a couple miskid. It's soaps kill babies.
Yeah.
Days just got a backlash for killing a biracial baby as well, and I'm like, soaps kill babies. Babies die on soaps a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was Johnny and Chanel that miscarriage.
But so I don't know, but yeah, one thing that was pointed out to me that I thought was very interesting in the argument about this is a lot of the people complaining about Trina not having scenes with her mother were also the same ones who were screaming and hating Portia and not wanting her to have scenes with Trina when she was trying to keep Spencer and Trina apart.
Right.
And the same ones who cheer Ava's relationship with Trina.
Right. Yeah.
So, and, say that, Ava should be closer to her than to her mother because Ava supported Trina and Spencer. So I don't know, some of it is just Trina based.
Yeah.
It is.
I agree.
And more than that, Sprina based.
Yeah. People need to get over the fact that Spencer is gone. There's no reuniting Sprina. It's done. It's over with. They're moving on to the trio.
I've also heard people going, well, not only do they need to bring Spencer back, but it needs to be Nicholas Alexander Chavez. They really need to let that shit go.
Yeah, he's not coming back.
It's not going to happen.
No.
And
some people are just delusional. I'm sorry, that's all there is.
Oh, God, yeah. Some people, yeah, very much so.
And it's like, yes, you want to see the fan base grow. Yes, you want to see people be, emotionally invested in the show, but you can't be watching it just for two specific actors, let alone characters.
Right.
And then bitch and complain when one of those moves on to other projects, or B, their episode count is running out and GH doesn't see them as a leading person.
Well, I mean, I am surprised that also soap fans did not learn the lesson with, who was it, Danny and Michelle on Guiding Light?
I don't know. I never watched
it. Soap fans, the fans of that pairing were very Sprina-like. So the show said, you know what? You're not going to let us put them with somebody else? Bye-bye. Wrote them off.
Wow.
Because what are you going to do? It's a soap opera couple.
Yeah. They don't last.
You're not keeping a young soap opera couple happy together forever. That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. It's the idiots taping pictures to the wall and saying they posted photos on their wall. Like, it's not how it works, period. And again, Frank was right. Soap fans on the internet, Hammer's looking for a nail.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. It's just they're fickle. That's all there is to it. Fans are fickle, and it's worse because the people on social media think they're the only ones that matter.
The overinflated sense of importance.
Yes.
And it's funny too how many times they're like, well, I'm just going to stop watching. Wait a minute. Didn't you say that already weeks ago? I thought you had already stopped watching.
They say that all the time.
They do. And I'm like, okay, this isn't the airport. You don't have to announce your departure.
People love to do it, though. They love to do it. I
started calling them the ISC, the Internet Soap Community.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, I'm like, do you have a Nielsen box? No? Then shut up. I don't care. Right. And if you do have a Nielsen box, again, shut up. I don't care.
Right.
Exactly. And I saw one this weekend because this weekend was GH Fan Cup weekend, and somebody said, no tea or anything, but just various things I heard said throughout the weekend. They are aware of the ratings as it is an issue. So every time you hear that one saying that it doesn't matter, it's a lie. And that one, of course, being me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and like all these people replied to her and were like, I knew that. That makes more sense than what she says. I'm like, she didn't say anything.
Right.
What makes it okay? All right. Keep hoping for cancellation. Keep hoping that the actors tell you they're happy. The actors have said whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the unfortunate part is that that's what it boils down to. And, because I also saw earlier today that you were defending Laura Wright because
Did you
somebody
see
went
that
off.
person?
What?
Did you see what that person said to her?
Something, yeah, about her hair, about flipping the hair, about possibly checking for cancer because of a pole.
The very first thing she said, Laura Wright made a post about House of Dragons on Twitter.
Yeah, exactly.
And somebody replied to her and went, you should remove that mole and stop flipping your hair.
Yeah.
What?
And Laura Wright said, sorry, I love my mole and the hair flip just happened. Sorry. Or stop touching your hair all the time.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm sorry you feel that way. I love my mole and the hair thing is just going to keep happening. Yeah. And then Laura Wright blocked her.
Yeah.
As she should have.
Right.
Because the woman was a psychopath. And then the woman posted to Frank's post about today about Laura Wright being mean and blocking her for just trying to be helpful.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep. You know, and it's like, this is why, and I give Laura Wright a lot of credit.
Yeah.
She actually comes back at the people that go after her and go after Cynthia Watros and go after XYZ.
She stands up for her coworkers all the time.
Because that's the kind of shit that makes celebrities get off social media.
Right.
Yeah.
Close their accounts because of the unentitled people feel entitled to personal interaction because they're on a social media platform, you know, and it's like that's why there's so many celebrities that don't respond. I mean,
right.
You shouldn't be looking at the comments anyways if you're a celebrity. But for those that do, that want to interact with their fans, for every one fan that's respectful, that just wants genuine interaction, you get the rest of the trolls that come out and the haters that come out that just want to stir up shit because they're behind their keyboard or their phone and they're an anonymous picture or whatever.
Right.
You know, they just want to cause problems.
It
must be so miserable in their lives to want to cause misery to others.
Yeah. It's absolutely insane. And I'm just, and a bunch of us called this woman out and she acted like the victim and changed her username to be nice. And we're like, are you on, is it crack? Yeah. Is that what's happening? Are you on crack?
But then somebody went after you for saying Laura Wright doesn't need you to defend her.
Yeah.
I saw that too.
I'm just like, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yeah.
It's just amazing to me the amount of people that just have their own agenda and want to push their own agenda and, you know, damn everybody else, even with logic that want to, you know, have an opinion.
Yeah.
You know, it's sad. It's just, it really is sad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's off the charts. And, you know, I mean, all of these ones that are acting like assholes to Laura, you know, their faves used to be more active on social media and aren't. Yeah. And they're the reason why.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep.
So.
Nope, you're exactly right. You're exactly right.
The only time Kelly posts online is when she's promoting one of her events. And Becky comes on like twice a year to thank them for the birthday gifts and her anniversary gifts. Yeah. And other than that, they don't want anything to do with those crazy ass people.
No.
It's
and why would they?
Toxic negativity.
It's
true. That's why I'm not on there.
You know, but then they give Laura Wright shit for standing up for herself. And I'm like, oh no. My sweet brothers and sisters in Christ, that will be not what we're doing.
Yeah. It's just absolutely ridiculous how bad it's gotten. Well, folks, we're just about out of time. You know, we've kind of gone over everything for GH last week. Like I said, it was a huge umbrella storyline, and it was just flowed perfectly. The beats were there. There was very little that didn't have anything to do with the story and the plot, and just all came up to the crescendo of Kristina falling from the window into the pool. But I do want to thank everybody for watching. Go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, get notified. check out the Suds Awards from last night. Been getting really good feedback from those. We had a lot of great participation, not only from my co-hosts here, but also from other great podcasters. I am working on a collaboration, a continual collaboration with John from Chairshot Sports regarding wrestling. So that's in the works. And working on potentially another Squared Circle news episode with Amanda Russ from the Y&R and B&B Mini Spotlights. And then tomorrow night, 8 p.m., Dockside at the Bay right here. Kim also was part of the Sudsy Awards. David and Candace from Take Two Radio. So we had a really good participation for the Sudsies. Check that out. It is up on YouTube right now. It will go up on the podcast feed tomorrow. For those of you listening to the podcast feed, go ahead, give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Again, we are an affiliate of the WWE Shop, which is a Fanatics Experience. Go to sudsandsquarecircle.com/wrestling merch. That does have our affiliate code in the URL. Whatever you buy from there gives us a commission, and it does help us out. Angela and I are working on getting started with a Studio City show. We still have to work on the logistics of that, as well as Angela Answers Fan Mail. We're going to be getting that up and running as well. You get a preview of that now every episode because we do respond to some of the haters out there. Remember, hashtag haters welcome.
Yes.
Just stay tuned. We're going to be doing a lot more with I'm going to
Yes.
be putting a lot more work and time into our Patreon as well. And Buy Me a Coffee. Both of those are /Suds and Squared Circle. I'm going to check out our website, sudsandsquaredcircle.com. But that's pretty much it for tonight. So I want to thank you all for watching. Christy, I hope you continue on your recovery effort.
Thank you.
And, you're always welcome to come back on whenever you're able to and, up to it.
I'll let you know.
Absolutely. But, and remember, August 12th, 13th, and 14th, there will be no episodes. I'm going to be on vacation that week. So that's next week. 12th, 13th, and 14th. So no episode next week. We will be back on the 19th of August. So for for Angela and Christy, I am Vinnie. We will see you in 2 weeks on August 19th with the next episode of Suds News. And then I'll be back tomorrow with Kim, 8 p.m., Dockside at the Bay.
Are we doing Grateful Minute?
No, we haven't been doing that, actually. I kind of got away from that. Part of it's been me forgetting about it. But we've also been instead of going for the Grateful Minute, we've kind of been going after the haters and the trolls instead. So that kind of
we're having the minute of reckoning.
Yes.
Wow. I know how much the liaison fans say about you, Angela. So that's valid.
All right.
I understand why you're doing that. That part of the show.
But anyways, we will be back, like I said, 2 weeks from tonight for Suds News, and I'll be here for tomorrow with Kim for Dockside Bay. Have a great night, everybody. Enjoy GH. And you know what? If you hate watching it, fine. Just remember, haters are welcome. So come on, have a good night. Have a good week, everybody.